Welcome back for our afternoon session. So we have with us Dr. Doris Nagozi Mora. Madam lectures in the Department of Mass Communication at Madonna University, Nigeria, Okija, Anambra State. Her research is focused in the areas of new media, broadcasting, gender studies, international communication, media and development. She has participated in conferences, published articles and book chapters, multidisciplinary, with world-class indexing in Nigeria and overseas. I wholeheartedly invite you, ma'am, and request you to give the welcome note. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon. I am Dr. Doris Ngozi Mora. I welcome you to today's section, this afternoon section of the Second International Conference on Research Outlook, Innovation and Research Trend 2022. As we know, this conference is organized by five different groups. The College of Teachers Education, Negro Oriental State University, Philippines, the Department of Commerce and Department of Computer Science, University of Madras, India, the School of Social Sciences and Humanities, BSA, Rama Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, India, and the DS Arts and School and Science College, India, and above all by our esteemed journal, the International Journal of Advanced Studies and Research Work, Mumbai, India. Dear scholars and academicians present for this second day of the conference, you are highly welcome to this section. As you know, um, research globally is a very critical aspect in academics. In this era of the COVID-19 pandemic, there is great need for researchers to actually look into issues in the society and provide solutions to them, which is the main focus of research. As we make our presentations today, I enjoin us to have a heat-free conference today and to feel free to make our presentations in this high-ranking international conference. You are highly welcome. I now call on the Dr. Suma from the School of Business and Economics, Daha University, Ethiopia, to commence today's presentation with the lead presentation. Thank you.
And for that, thank you so much for your influential message, Dora ma'am. Now we have with us Dr. Yen Raja Hussain sir, our chairperson. So sir is professor and additional registrar of BSc Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. He has 15 years of experience in research, 36 years of experience in teaching undergraduate, and 23 years of experience in teaching postgraduates. He is also a member of Additive Manufacturing Society of India and Quality Circle Forum of India. Let me now take this opportunity to invite Sir to address the gathering. Welcome, Sir.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to all. I extend my heartfelt thanks for the organizers for giving me as a chairperson for this session. The 2 days international conference on research outlook, research innovations, and research trends. The three areas joined together and put it as a title for the virtual conference, which is started yesterday and today. These 2 days virtual conference is organized by the five international and national university departments, particularly B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Department of Commerce, University of Madras, Department of Commerce, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasa Arts and Science College, Department of Commerce, College of Teacher Education, Negros Oriental State University, Philippines, and International Journal for Advanced Research Study, Research Study and Work, Mumbai, jointly organized this 2 days international conference. I am watching from the yesterday onwards, the given by inaugural address by our Honorable Vice Chancellor. All the sessions meticulously planned, a given opportunity for the researchers, academicians, and then able to submit their papers as well as deliberate the various research ideas, innovations, as well as trends and outlooks which are prevailing at present scenario. We are all the academicians, research scholars join together and take the fruits of this 2 days program, because it is an opportunity given by the organizers to get benefit out of these 2 days conferences. Definitely, it is a useful and program, a conference organized by these organizers. First of all, I extend my heartfelt thanks to organizers for the effective implementation of or conducting of these 2 days conference, as well as the topic chosen is also a need of the hour for the researchers. Really, in this during this pandemic, how we are predicting, how we are looking into the various the prospects in the future outlook. We are looking for whether in the form of or political or economically or financially or education, whatever it may be. Everybody has given in the research paper, submission of paper, as well as the sessions, technical sessions. They emphasized the aspects like outlook. The same way, they also given elaborate ideas about the innovations, how the innovations will create will provide the ideas for the not only to known or unknown or undefined items. We can able to find out the solution for that. Definitely, no doubt, these sessions given a lot of inputs for the scholars as well as the academicians. Likewise, in research trend also, I can able to assess the how the trends are going on in the past, in present, in future also. We may expect these trends may the research trends may go in various angles, in various areas of research like education, or in the form of social sciences, or in the form of the various glass doors which are need for the hour for the benefit of the scholars as well as the academicians. I think these 2 days, the conference, international virtual conference, is a successful conference organized by the organizers from the 5 international and national universities of India and abroad, to taking into the consideration and need of the hour for the benefit of the academic society. I extend my heartfelt thanks and congratulations to all of the participants, delegates, and everybody, those who are actively involved in this 2 days international conference. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for that extremely motivating message. Thank you once again. Next, we are happy to have our chief guest, Ms. Kesinja Sipek. Ma'am is based in Zagreb, Croatia, and she is a lecturer at the local University of Law. Kisinja has over 25 years' experience working at the Ministry of Finance, Tax Administration, Republic of Croatia. She is a highly respected and recognized tax expert who is heavily involved in lawmaking. She participates at the forums and working groups in the speaker and as a speaker at international conferences. As a project leader, she established compliance risk analysis system and provided idea solution for automatic VAT return based on risk analysis system in Croatian tax administration. Ma'am is also an author and book writer. With this, I would like to welcome to our international conference and request you to address the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning from Croatia. So thank you very much for the invitation and opportunity to attend the second International Congress on Research Outlook, Innovations and Research Trend. In my opinion, these are now the most important and most actual topics for discussions. So, namely, we are witnessing the impact of the global pandemic on our daily lives and work. So, our environment is changing, economy is changing, and many other fields. So, we see acceleration of digitalization and using of new technologies, and we shouldn't be afraid of this. Our tasks is to use the benefits of digital era. So global pandemic brings many challenges in state duty and state institutions. If you look at the tax administration, we have to do our work the best we can. And in the same time, we have to protect our health and health of the taxpayers. So digitalization and technologies help us in this work. So from as a e-services or dual communications with the taxpayers, and the communications between us at all levels and in all regions. So before 10 or 15 years, maybe something like that will be impossible. But today, these are the benefits of digitalization and technology. So if you look at some data, almost in some period of the crisis, in a global pandemic, almost 60% of officials work remotely. So we are not used to that. So we have to had to find very quickly the way how to work and how to work from home in some period of time, and how to work with our daily tasks. And we did it as many other tax administration all around the world. And of course, digitalization and technology help us in this task. The global pandemic has slowed many business activities all around the world and brought us into recession and is affecting on inflation. But even before the global pandemic, we saw the new business models has risen. For example, collaborative economy or gig economy or sharing economy or sustainable economy. So the digital era accelerated by the pandemic requires adaptation in all areas. Even before accession to the European Union, Croatia was introduced the tax allowances for research and innovations. And as a member state of the European Union, we had to follow the European legislation regarding the state aid and the tax reliefs for innovation and research. And we see today the effort of European Union to open the space and give wind in the back to the research and innovation as a way of minimized or removing the cross-border barriers for developing innovations and research. Innovation and research are, in my opinion, the vital to bring us out from this crisis. And so today I wish all the participants, all of my colleagues, very fruitful and very exciting discussions who will bring us closely to this goal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing your deep knowledge about innovation and research with us. Your words were full of enthusiasm and valuable knowledge. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Now, we are delighted to have with us Dr. K.R. Soumya, Professor of Management, School of Business and Economics, Kabri, Dahar University, Ethiopia. Before inviting, I would like to do a brief introduction about ma'am. Dr. Soumya has done her PhD in Management and MS in Counseling and Physiotherapy. She has received various awards and scholarships for her academic and professional excellence, some of which include Outstanding Faculty in Management Award, the Indo-Thai Academic Award, the IRDP Award, Fellowship for Research Excellence by World Business Institute, and many more. She serves her responsibilities in administration, teaching, research, and consultancy. Ma'am has published several journals, books, and monographs. She has also participated and presented many papers in national and international conferences during the lockdown. She also holds major position in many national and international professional associations and clubs. With this, I would like to welcome ma'am to present on the topic Innovation and Technology, the recent advancements in HR. I now open this floor to you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon to one and all. Chairperson Dr. N. Raja Hussain, Chief Guest Ms. Senija Sipek, Dr. Mora, Dr. Azad, Dr. Deshmukh, Dr. Shanti, faculty members, research scholars, students, and special mention of Professor Dr. Ayub Khan Dawood, and my dear friends. Good afternoon, and I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be with this elite team on this special afternoon. Second International Conference on Research Outlook, Innovation, and Research Trend. Amidst this global fever, Omicron, on this 22nd and 23rd January, is I'd like to extend my hearty congratulations and appreciation to the organizers. And a special mention to an applause to Crescent Institution for having made this effort to unite 5 global institutions from at national level and international level, and to make this attempt today. My contribution to this conference will be on the topic Innovation and Technology, the recent advancements in HR. Before going into the topic, I would like to just share one point about what India has given to this world. What has India given to this globe? It has not given anything. India has not done anything. India has given zero to this world. Are you aware of this? Or did we ever realize this great contribution? Zero, the mathematical contribution was done by India. And that is the significance of India. Could you imagine if you did not have zero, how would you mention nothing? How would you mention no, it's nothing? So that was a great contribution which India has given. That is the significance of India. Then going into India and technology. It was not until in 1990s or late 1990s when technology started stepping into India. Okay, the information technology industry is an essential component of technological driven knowledge economy of the 21st century. After independence, till 1970, India did not have any guiding policy or framework for computer or software technology. In 1972, the government formulated a new software scheme and allowed hardware import and export of software. This scheme is considered as a breaking point in the history of Indian IT industry, as in 1974, TCS got its first foreign client, Burroughs Corporation, from the United States. So until then, India had struggles with technology, and from then on, the boom of technology started in the Indian history. Okay. India digitally skilled pool has grown over the period and has accounted for around 75% of the global digital talent. The Information Technology Act of 2000, National Broadband Policy of 2004, and Special Economic Zone Act of 2005 gave a boost to the IT industry and resulted in an increase in the number of domestic and foreign software IT companies in the country. By 2022, the recent study says that Indian firms can save at least $600 million annually with HR tech, says experts. So there comes the need to know about technology in HR, innovation in HR. Okay, so global index, the global innovation index, okay, which was compiled by WIPO, the 81st place India stood in 2015 for its innovation. Then it has grown to 40. It has come up to 46th place. I'm sorry, I've just replaced it here. It is now in the 46th place in 2021, and it is 8th place it was in 2020. The slide has, I've just mentioned it wrongly in the slide. Actually, 46th place it is now currently in 2021 off late. So it has come among 46th place among the top 50 organizations according in the Global Innovation Index. Okay, so to talk about technology, how it took its major introduction into India, I would like to just discuss about two products with respect to the massive technological growth that happened in India over 20 years or 25 years, in terms of just discussing about two products. One is about the mobile phones, and next is about, I will give it to you as the next product. But the first one, which saw a tremendous growth in 25 years, is nothing but the mobile phone, which stepped in 1995, and so far it is 25 years. The first call was spoken between Delhi and Mumbai in 1995. Then what happened? Over the years, it has grown so much. How has it grown? It has grown to the extent of having become the second largest smartphone market, leading with, it's just trailing behind China. It has even overtook USA in this particular aspect. And next thing is, what happened is in 2000, around 2000s, or between 1995 to 2000, you could recall, the senior people here could recall to find out how the mobile phones came into picture, how the landlines went out of picture. What happened? Like when the mobile phones came in, it was not an easy thing to hold a mobile phone in 1995 to 2000, where the outgoing cost per call was 10 rupees and the incoming cost per call was 8 rupees, Indian rupee. We could not afford it. Indians could not afford it. So that is where the concept missed call came into picture. Even now that is into existence. Please give me a missed call, or I will give you a missed call. Now we have come to a situation where we can make any hours of call. We have gone to unlimited internet, unlimited calls, unlimited voice messages, or unlimited messages, etc. But still, the concept missed call is still into picture, because that is how the situation was in India in 1995 when this mobile phone stepped into picture. So what happened is people could not afford that. And then when the private sector came in between, and whereby the Reliance started giving their mobile phones for where everybody could own a mobile phone by just paying 500 rupees as an initial premium. So installments were given, and that is when even a vegetable vendor could easily hold a mobile phone. It became a massive, it's a disruptive technology, we could say, which happened in the Indian history. And today we are the second largest smartphone market. So this is the way technology was first stepped into Indian history. Technology has been there for many years, but the massive growth which it has happened over in 25 years could be this one of the example. Okay, when this happened, parallelly what happened is something called as pager came into picture. This is a pager. If you are aware of this product, the same product, when people could not afford buying a mobile phone, they went for something called as a pager. Okay, so the cost of the outgoing calls, the cost of incoming calls, everything was not bearable in the mobile industry, and therefore people went for something called as a pager. But once the mobile phones, the cost of mobile phones, the purchasing power, possibility of mobile phones became easier, this product called pager was just removed from the market just like that. It just lost its space. People did not want to buy a pager for 3,500 or 4,000 Indian rupee when already mobile phones were available in the market, where they could pay just 500 rupees on installment and they could get a mobile phone. So that's where this product went out of focus. But still, it is in existence. It is being used for some by national organizations for confidential information sharing, but it is not a product of dream to be owned by anyone anymore. So these are the two things, the two technological, what do you say? It is a growth and a decline in a massive way, which happened for two products in the last 20 to 25 years. Okay, so this is just to talk about the technological trend that happened in India. Okay, the next is, now I'm coming to my topic, innovation and technology, the recent advancements in HR. Okay, what is this HR? HR is nothing, it's like very, very, very significant. So what it be innovation, so what it be technology, whatever it may be, anything which might come up, but HR is everything. Human resource is everything. Without that, you cannot exploit anything, you cannot do anything, you cannot make it go reach anyone. Whatever it could be, it has to happen through human resource. So that is the significance of HR. And this technology and innovation, they have done a lot of influence to this HR part of it. So let's just see that. Okay. Globally, technology and innovation have influenced the way of managing the human resource area. Mainly with the advent of cloud technology, many companies believe that they need to adopt it in order to modernize their HR functions. The new technological trends in human resources will develop solutions that will reward employees, commitment, diversify companies, expand internal wellness solutions, and employ artificial intelligence to improve relationships and human resources. Okay, to see, by looking at this, you understand technology and innovation is very, very important, and that definitely has happened in over these many years, and it is definitely influencing the human resource area. See, any area in an organization, either be it a financial part, either be it a production part, a marketing part, a HR part, whatever it may be, everything is originally interdependent on one another, and none of them can deny the advancements that are happening in the globe. And we have to go by that. We have to align with that innovations which are happening, and definitely HR is not an exception to that particular part. Okay, to see very specific with respect to the HR aspects, the recent advancement in HRs with respect to the technical and the innovation focus, first one is cloud technology. So cloud technology is off late. There are three things which off late we are talking. One is cloud technology. The other thing is blockchain integration. Third one is artificial intelligence. These are the three things which are just falling into our ears, though we are HR person, though we are financial person, though we are marketing person, whatever it may be. So like that, this cloud technology has influenced the HR area too in a very larger extent. And this helps the HR people to get access to whatever information is required. It is being stored in the cloud and it is being accessed, and the storage, the need for storing devices have come down, and everything has become in a very automated manner, in a advanced manner. So the need for cloud technology or the advancement in terms of cloud technology is undeniable in the area of human resource. The next one is remote work. Remote working is like the HR people, they are very, very comfortable to work from wherever they are. They have to get, now we are organizing an international conference globally. We are organizing it. We are having people from various countries, and everything is happening, and it's all through remote. We are having it through remote. So it is all virtually possible. It's being virtually organized. It's being virtually facilitated. It's being virtually reciprocated. All this is possible. So that is this remote work in which this HR is. This is an advancement in HR. The next is data security. Data security, see, human resource data is very, very confidential data, whatever it be, the financial data or marketing data, everything is confidential, agreed. But human resource information is very sensitive, very confidential, and it is very, very, it has to be protected to a very great extent, and the data security is very, very important. So gone are the days where we had hard copies, where we had large storage places of having all those confidential things, but now everything is purely stored on the cloud, and it is all protected. And the data security, the measures taken to give security for the data is a real advancement in the human resource in terms of technology. Then employee self-service tools. Okay, the employees, they equip themselves by continuously undergoing learning modules, by understanding the various concepts that are coming into the market. They keep getting advancements in terms of the courses that come in the market, certifications that come in the market, and they stay updated, and they equip themselves according to the market trend based upon the availability in terms of technology in the HR platform. Next is blockchain integration. This is actually very, very helpful for the institutions to do this payroll processing, streamlining the payroll processing, transferring, and doing things in a very, very secured manner. The next is people analytics. It's a very, very important aspect. The human resource analytics this has been introduced as a new subject in management of late for the in a few years, and it is gaining significance very largely, this paper. And this human resource analytics or people analytics, it is nothing but like understanding the HR data, maintaining the HR data, and just having an eye on the HR data at a glance. Like the HR managers are now in the challenging position to make a HR dashboard. They want to have a HR dashboard. You just look at the HR dashboard. You want to operate everything with related to a HR department. So like that of the facilitating such thing is called as human resource analytics, and it helps you to understand everything on base of statistics. Okay, the next time, these are the few things which I would like to just go into further. Real-time performance management, then and there, minute by minute, hour by hour, year, day by day, how people are contributing, per head, how they are contributing, what is happening, when they are in, when they are out, and to what extent they are contributing. Is possible, and we can the manager is finding it very easy to monitor what is happening, and he's able to then and there correct if there is any deviation in the performance. So managing performance is very, very easier nowadays, where the earlier days the manager used to go physically and check everything, and obviously there could have been lacunae, which is not possible these days. The next is employee wellness management, especially with respect to mental health, actually. So the employees' wellness in terms of stress management, in terms of emotional management, in terms of team building skills, teamwork enhancement, all these things are possible by the various technological advancements available on the HR platform, and the organizational growth. The next is Then biometric time tracking, gone are the days where the registers were there, where people had to sign in time, out time, morning time, afternoon time, evening time. Gone are those days. It is not at all a concept of thought these days. It is biometrics which has come into picture long time back, and that is definitely a advancement in HR specifically. Whatever be the technological advance, but it is definitely an advancement in human resource, which is managing the overall other departments in the organization. The next is connected platforms in the workplace. Actually, the Internet of Things, which is very, very important concept these days. That is one thing which is available, which helps all the employees in the organization to stay updated with whatever is happening, to refer to everything, whatever is happening then and there, and to utilize it in their routine performance. Okay, so connected platforms in the workplace. Then gig economy and contractors, like our chief guest mentioned, this gig economy is very, very important. It is nothing but where due to this COVID-19, this has actually increased. This is nothing but where people are actually nowadays taking up a lot of virtual assignments. The number of people who are contributing in terms of virtual platforms, who are working on contract jobs, who are contracting on online, working on online jobs for hourly basis or based upon the assignment that they have accepted. That kind of act has increased these days due to COVID-19. And this is actually looked as a plus by the organizations, a positive aspect by the organizations, because their need to hire full-time employees have come down, and they are very comfortable to give them outsource their work to the workers, the contract workers, or the part-time workers, the consultants, like these people who take up their work part-time and who contribute to the organization, and they get paid only for the work that they do. Whereas as a full-time employee, the employee has to be given various welfare measures, which is not a requirement for these people. So this has becomes possible, and it is a big advancement these days in terms because of the advancements that have happened in HR. Then harassment reporting tools. So there earlier, see this, always harassment at workplace, it happens, and it has to be brought to the notice of the management, either to solve it or to set it right accordingly. And here these tools are available where confidentially reporting of harassment to the appropriate person is facilitated, rather than writing a report and handing it over and things getting visible in front of everybody. So those things are avoided, and it is very, very easily facilitated through the technological advancements these days. Then artificial intelligence in employee management. In terms of all HR activities, artificial intelligence has come into picture, and that is going to rule the remaining forthcoming days in human resource. Actually, artificial intelligence has made everything easier in terms of the routine operations of the human resource management, in terms of hiring, in terms of scrutinizing people, in terms of the speed of scrutinizing people, everything artificial intelligence is playing a very, very major role. So to sum up, the future of human resource management, it is closely intertwined with technology. More companies will shift to all-in-one talent management platforms and tools. To stay among the forerunners of the field, the business must consider integrating HR management tools into their business workflow. So it happens that nobody can stay aloof from technology and from innovation. Nobody can deny the technological advancements that are happening. Nobody can deny that they will go ahead without any aligning with the industry standards. So there definitely comes a need for them to align their management tools into their business workflow. So that is very, very important. So these are the important things which are with respect to the human resource management, that is in which the advancements have happened, and these have been happening off late, and it is going to go ahead even furthermore. It is going to go ahead, like for example, to talk about technology in general, internet has grown to a very great extent where it is going to step take massive step into the rural areas and where the unimproved areas as well, where internet is going to step its put its giant legs. If that happens, then again the growth of it is going to be very, very globally more. But whatever it may be, human resource is something which is playing a major role, which is studying the market, which is assessing the people in the market, which is assessing the quality of people in the market, everything. So to that extent, the human resource management or the human resource department of an organization, they need to stay updated with whatever is happening. So technology is moving at a very, very unimaginable trend in the market, and it is undeniable that the human resource management is facing the challenge to stay ahead with the technology and innovation. Otherwise, their survival is going to be very, very, difficult. Okay, so I would like to close with a quote. It does not matter how far you go, so long as you do not stop. As told by Confucius, we need to keep moving on in the advanced trend. We have to keep going ahead with whatever improvements are happening in the market. And the human resource is definitely a leader or the person who is going to take the lead in the organization, where they are going to set an example to the other departments, other functionals which are available in the organization. And so when they integrate this technology and innovation to the workplace, it is obviously going to have an impact on the entire organization. And an organization which is technically fast, which is very, very competitive in terms of innovation, is obviously going to excel in the industry, and it is obviously going to be a very, very competitive organization in the industry. So that is my contribution today to this particular topic which was given to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that stimulating and thought-provoking talk on technology advancement in HR. The concept this call was really interesting, and also the factors that lead to HR advancement was very, very useful. So we are indeed happy to have you with us, ma'am. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
So now we have question answer session. So participants, if you have any queries or doubts, you can ask ma'am. Just jot down your queries in the chat box and we'll take that to ma'am. Participants? Any queries or any doubt? You want to discuss anything with ma'am? You're most welcome.
Is there anyone without a phone in the audience? Is there anybody who is not having a phone? Who is not having a mobile phone?
I think that will never happen. Even children at the age of 1, they have started to have the phone right now. So how can we expect a person like us to not having a phone?
Yeah. Psychologically, technology has influenced us, and all of us are psychologically also influenced by these technological advancements which are happening. And it has become the peer pressure for the students to hold it as well.
Very true.
Peer pressure, yeah. And the scholars, they are able to contribute or they are able to learn more in research in terms of the technological advancements that are happening. Literature review was not easier in earlier days, but these days literature review, sitting at your desk, you can do anything which is possible. You had to go to many IIMs and IITs and various institutions to collect your literature earlier days. Nowadays, it is not like that. So,
totally true, ma'am.
Yes.
Totally true. Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful session, ma'am. Thank you once again.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Wish you good luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Same.
Yeah.
Now, we are going to move on with our presentation. Since participants are not having any questions, we are going to move on with the presentation. So first, we have Ms. Yes Janet Mary present on the changing scenario of journalism from the emergence of social media. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, you're audible. You can start your presentation now.
Yes, ma'am. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, very much. It's very...
Hello? Hello.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's very clear.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So, good evening, everyone present here. I am
Good
Janet
evening.
Mary. I am Janet Mary from the Department of Communication, Madras Christian College, Chennai. So, I'm glad to present to you a paper on a study on the changing scenario of journalism. So, just to give you an introduction about what journalism is, journalism is the act of gathering, creating, and presenting news. The purpose of journalism is to provide information to the citizens in an unbiased way. Journalistic media includes television, radio, internet, etc. So, today we are also talking in terms of social media, that is the electronic form of communication, which uses various online communication channels like websites and applications to share ideas, interact, and to participate in social networking. So these are the four main changing scenarios that we are able to observe these days. One is social media becoming the word of mouth. Number two, we have moved on from watchdog to guide dog. And number three, we also have adopted storytelling method in modern journalism. And the fourth one is we are here to question whether this journalism will survive in the future. Having said this, I have gone through some of the important reviews in which Bob Franklin in 2014 he says journalism in the age of digital media is facing various innovations and changes in the field of journalism. Again, the social media gives a positive texture to the field of journalism as the social media reflects reality, which does the same job of journalism. We have another person, Mr. Lepper. He says the technology had changed the face of journalism and it resulted in the death of newspaper. So, having that as a backdrop, I have given some objectives. The first objective is to examine how mobile applications are changing the way how people are consuming the news. And number two, to investigate how social media pages is reaching faster to people than other media. And number three, to analyze how social media is helping citizen journalists and to explore the future of print journalism. So, I have also given some research design. The descriptive research design was adopted in this study to delineate the usage of social media and also document the perspectives of future of journalism in the hands of college going youth in Chennai with particular reference to Madras Christian College from the age group of 18 to 28. And I have used a self-structured questionnaire as the primary data, used Google Forms from 100 respondents, which consisted of male and female. The secondary data was collected from early literature, research studies, and articles. So I have used simple random sampling was used to collect primary data from the respondents. The survey was conducted between the periods of January to February in 2020. Only a few students prefer to answer questions related to traditional media. So here are some of the analysis that has been done by me. And as per the table 1, age of the respondents, as it is a public sphere to express the opinion, some girls step back from expressing themselves. Even though they are forced to comment on something, They wait for the preference of peer group to form their opinion accordingly. On the other hand, as it is observed from table 1, it is inferred that male students are more confident in expressing opinions publicly. This age group was specifically selected because they are practicing both older or the print and digitalized form of media. The second table speaks about the qualification of the college-going students. They are divided into two categories, such as undergraduates and postgraduates. We find from the table 2 that a majority of the respondents, that is 62%, are postgraduates, and only 38 of the respondents are undergraduates. And from table 3, it is inferred that only 4% respondents do not have accessibility to the social media, and the rest, 96%, they use the social media. This study reveals that almost everyone living in the present generations have a social media account and they are making use of it effectively. And it is clear from table 4 that while majority of the respondents, that is 92% of people agreed that the news reaches them faster through social media than other mediums, only 8% disagreed. And this leads us to conclude social media reaches to people faster. And it is evident from table 5 that the most widely used social media platforms are WhatsApp, that is 59%, and Instagram, 32%. Thus, the majority of the respondents are active in one or the other social media platforms, be it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or WhatsApp. And in table 6, that 1/3 of the respondents, that is 33% of people, use social media frequently, followed by often 27% and sometimes only 16%. This shows that students are up to date with the usage of current social media concerning the latest happenings around the world. And from table 7, that states about applications used to access news. It is found more than half the respondents used Google News. This leads us to assess that people have shifted their mind from consuming news through traditional media to new media. And it is inferred from the table 8 that more than half the respondents, that is 57%, preferred online medium to get news, followed by mobile application, 22%. Only 21% of people preferred print medium. Therefore, it is clear that reading news through online tops the priority. And it is noted from the table 9 that more than half the respondents, that is 53%, post social issues they observe from the surrounding on social media, while rest 47, they don't do that. This table concludes posting social issues is more significant among the youngsters. And table number 10, it is learned from this that according to majority of the respondents, social media is the most instant media of gathering news. We can infer that social media dominates in the process of obtaining news. So to conclude, thousands of books, newspapers, periodicals, and magazines are printed every day. It is noted that a huge army of impatient subscribers and readers avail them. It is said, when one reads a digital form, you are just reading it. But when you are reading it in print, you are experiencing it. It is given in the Hindu on 31st December. It has been an experience that conventional way of reading a newspaper is better than the inventional way of reading it. However, the above intriguing study in Madras Christian College has proved that Print journalism will not survive in future. In this busy world, almost nobody has time to sit and read the newspaper. Moreover, the latest news is delivered instantly through various forms of media like television, online news sources, and social media. So, people are updated with the news through other media rather than wanting for a whole day to get news. If anyone wants to read the newspaper also, the online version of it is available in the internet in the form of e-paper, which can be accessed by a person from anywhere with a good internet connection. Moreover, the greatest advantages of an online newspaper is that there are references to the previous reports on the same topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Janet Mary, for that impressive presentation. Now, we go on to our next presentation by CS Hosma Vicky on a comprehensive survey on IoT-enabled smart helmet. Can I have CS Hosma Vicky?
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, it is very clear.
Okay, ma'am. My slide is presenting, ma'am.
No, I can only hear you. I can't see your slide.
Now, ma'am.
Yes, now it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Good
you.
evening to one and all. I'm Hausma Vicky from Stella Maris College. First of all, I'm thanking for the opportunity you gave me. So here I'm going to present about literature review IoT enabled on smart helmet. So these are the overviews of today's topic. We will see each topic broader in next upcoming slides about abstract, introduction, literature review, and conclusion. So first of all, I'm going to talk about road accident. Why road accident is happening? What is the reason behind that? And how we can overcome it through smart helmet. So nowadays, road accidents are increasing day by day, more especially two-wheeler accident. So helmet for the riders are extremely important, and many lives can be saved by it. By use of helmet, we can avoid fatality to two-wheeler accident. So it can be avoided by wearing helmet, and to some extent, accident can also prevent by avoid drunken driving. So smart helmet is a special idea which makes the riders driving much safer than existing system, that is helmet. So there are many research paper on IoT enabled smart helmet that can use to avoid accident and reduce the fatality rate. It focuses on tackling three major issues. Uh, through smart helmet, wearing a helmet, preventing drunken driving, and tracking the location of the accident. Nowadays, not only in our city but all over the India, the helmet have been made compulsory. Traffic accident in India have increased year by year, and most of the people are utilizing two-wheeler vehicle to move one place to another place. Despite the hype, all the riders are aware of wearing a helmet. Some people are used to driving the bike at high speed by not wearing the helmet, due to which most of the accidents occur, and most of the people die by suffering serious head injuries. So the main reason behind the accident is careless driving and speeding. So the most of the accident occur due to drunken driving and helmetless driving condition. So hence by rule it is mandatory, and it is mandatory to wear helmet in many states and countries. So there are many strategies, various strategies to minimize the accident and save money lives in order to contribute the society and reduce the number of accidents. For that, we are using a smart helmet with a unique technique of building a helmet with the latest technology. The main aim of the smart helmet is to provide the security and safety to the people to reduce accident. So this literature survey paper conducts a review of existing research such as sending emergency message using navigation service. It works intends to critically analyze the literature on the accident detection, prevention, and reporting system in order to offer a broader perspective of existing methodology, so that so that it will be a successful system may be built that it can use as a existing strength while addressing current issues. What are the objectives are done in the smart helmet means it provides safety towards biker. The system confirms the presence of the helmet. Without a helmet, the ignition system will not be turned on. It sends the location to the nearest helpline number or doctor or ambulance. Um, Next slide will be the literature review. Uh, these are the revised papers. So the first paper was Sriniti Chandran Sneha Chandrasekhar. They have proposed a work on the smart helmet which make use of Wi-Fi enabled processor and IoT. So it provides the features of accident identification and notification by making the use of accelerometer sensor and cloud computing. For that, it needs a good internet connection for the system to work properly. This system has provision to avoid the wrong triggering of accident. This is done by putting a timer of few seconds within which the message sending can be prompted. For that, this paper describes the prototype of smart helmet, an integrated network of sensors, Wi-Fi enabled processor, and cloud computing infrastructure are utilized to build the smart helmet for accident detection and notification. So mainly the helmet was designed to detect the accident and immediately it sends the alert emergency message to the contact numbers. For that, it uses three-axis accelerometer to use continuously monitoring the head orientation of the driver and the helmet position. It calculates the possibility of the accident. So immediately, if any accident occur, means it will send the emergency text to the contact which was already registered to the driver. So next, the second paper was S.R. Kritiki and N.R. Hiro has proposed a system consisting of the Raspberry Pi module, PI camera, pressure sensor, inbuilt Wi-Fi and GPS system. In that, they use the pressure sensor to measure the speed, and they use the hair cascade XML algorithm, and they also arise a problem statement. What does that means? In India, in some cases, biker carry the helmet, but they will not wear it on the head. Some bikers may not follow the rule of wearing a helmet, and some are against the traffic authority rules. Most of the fatality accident occurred due to the overspeeding. So, in case of any road accident happen means in unknown area, at that time no one can help the victim and no one can go to that place. In the said research work, so the author give him the detailed idea about the accident prevention in which GSM technology to track the system to use and detect the location, and they use Arduino, Zigbee, and Replay for the important role in the hardware. The system was quite good. So next paper was Bahmini Shahira and Shivani Chad and some of the authors has proposed a system to address two major main issues. What are they means to identify whether the rider is wearing a helmet, to detect alcohol consumption in the rider. Uh, the work has designed a system in such a way that helmet identify both the condition before the ignition is turned on, and the ignition will be started only if the both the condition will are satisfied. So this system perform mainly includes an alcohol sensor and helmet sensing switch. According to the alcohol concentration level, the output will be provided by the sensor. So it has consist of alcohol sensor, Arduino UNO RF module, buzzer, ultrasonic sensor, GPS module, accelerometer, camera, and night vision glass to avoid the accident and check the alcohol consumption. Uh, Alcohol consumption. So next paper will be Sterile Manish and Ishwar Karthik. They have proposed a system. It is designed a smart helmet using IoT for the rider safety. It provides many services like it will check the rider has owned the helmet or not. In case if the rider has not owned the helmet, means the controller will not turn on the vehicle that is DC motor. It checks for the rider body temperature in order to know whether he has fever or not by checking body temperature, which is very essential in COVID-19 situation. So it also checks for the alcohol detection. In case if the rider has consumed alcohol, means the controller will not turn on the vehicle. It has GPS which is used to tracking the vehicle of latitude and longitude values will be sent to the Blink server through Wi-Fi. Blink server is nothing but an Android app. Next paper was Gunittal Srisha Anusha and some authors are present. They are developing a smart helmet with the IoT technology in which we ensure that safety for the bike rider by avoiding By avoiding the bike rider road accident, it will detect whether the rider is wearing a helmet or not. If he wears, then only the vehicle will start. It detects the amount of alcohol consumed by the rider. If the rider has overdrunk, the bike engine will not be started. When the bike rider meets with an accident, it detects it and gives the notification to the registered contact with location. For the safety of the bike rider, we are using the latest technology, that was IoT. This technology provides the advanced technique for alerting the riders and ensure the rider follow the rules and regulation. So, two-wheeler rider helmet is the most basic protection device, and it is necessary for every motorbike rider and bicycle. It does not ensure that safety of the rider, and the rider won't follow the traffic route. Most of the people use ordinary helmet just to avoid giving the challan to the traffic police. These helmets do not ensure the safety of the driver. So to overcome this problem, we need to use a smart helmet. The last paper was Prashant Ahuja and Professor Ketan Bahri. They have proposed a smart helmet system using GSM and GPRS module. As well as we know that the arrival of the ambulance to the location may be late. This prototype will help to inform the concerned person first about the accident, and he may take any steps. In the system, we can notice features such as high accuracy and cost efficiency for giving information about the accident within minutes. So I'm concluding by stating that without proper action at the proper time, danger awaits us with a bigger face. So we must act on the time when a person is injured. We need to understand how precious life of people are. That what is the important first aid carries in saving this precious life. In today's life, huge numbers of people are dying in the road accident. For that, IoT has enabled us to connect our day-to-day life in a device in a network. So the main aim of the design is smart helmet is to comfort for the rider, provides various function and sending emergency message in case of accident. So this existing system is very effective for the safety purpose of the riders. So this survey helps us to understand the working of a smart helmet, which helps in detecting and avoiding accident. It is designed using IoT technology, which can help in reducing the number of two-wheeler accidents to a great extent. The different methodology used in the papers surveyed uses different sensors such as GPS module, alcohol sensor, like etc. This sensor can help in designing a user-friendly smart helmet. What are the advantages in the smart helmet means? It will help to reduce the number of road accidents, which are very frequent in our country like India, where traffic is very high. So it will also help to create awareness about the need to wear a helmet during bike riding. The system will ensure that motorbike will not start unless the rider is wearing a helmet and has not consumed alcohol. The system will also alert the bike rider if any obstacle comes too close while riding the bike. Also, GSM technology is used to inform the family member in case of any accident. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we have Ms. Vijayalakshmi, who will be presenting on an empirical study of association between financial literacy, financial attitude, and financial behavior of Gen Z. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Share screen. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
It's clear. Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. The screen is visible, right? Can I start?
Yes, yes, you can.
Can I start, ma'am?
You can start. Yes, ma'am. You can start.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My study is titled as an empirical study of association between financial literacy, financial attitude, and financial behavior of Gen Z. The study was done under the guidance of Dr. B. Sudha, Associate Professor, Anna Adarsh College for Women. And let's start. With the onset of pandemic, almost every industry took a backseat. The educational sector thrived by swiftly pivoting to online education. So In fact, it is in a very appreciable move that it was able to save the academic year. But of course, it comes with a very natural challenges of its own, where the tutors themselves needed some kind of a tutoring, because for the education sector, shifting to online was completely new, totally new, and untried waters completely. So Gen Z is one section of the population where they were forced to accept to this new normalcy. They had no other choice but to shift to this online mode of education. So there comes a natural curiosity to determine their level of financial knowledge, their financial attitude, and financial behavior in this particular scenario. Why this particular study, or rather, why this Gen Z? As a researcher, generational cohorts are a very important tool to meaningfully analyze how this, the changes in views over a period of time. It provides a way of understanding like how these macroeconomic changes, the formative shifts, interacts with their lifestyle and how it reflects on their, attitudes. So that is the reason why Gen Z has been chosen. In fact, most of the members of Gen Z are yet to even come for a voting. Their age is not even come to that stage. So the study focuses on studying their financial knowledge, attitude, and behavior during this time of digital learning. There are a lot of questions that pops up when we think about this online mode of education, the Gen Z. First of all, do they have a smartphone of their own? Or is it a shared one with their family? Do they have a good internet connection? I mean, a reliable internet connection? On an average, how many hours do they spend on the internet for core academic activities and non-academic activities? And have they ever made any online payments by themselves? How disciplined are they with respect to finances? So on and so forth. There are a lot of questions that pops up. To make it concise, these are the objectives of the study: to study the financial knowledge, attitude, and financial behavior of the respondents, and also to determine the association between the financial knowledge, financial attitude, and financial behavior. So, and the methodology, it goes like this. Almost 312 questionnaires were circulated among women college students in the twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad, where only 282 were considered for the purpose of study. There were tools, statistical tools that were used, including frequencies, percentages, ANOVA, Kendall's concordance, which is a non-parametric test, and correlations were used. The study is actually focusing on three aspects of financial concept. One is financial knowledge. With respect to financial knowledge, considering the age of the respondents, and then these are all undergraduate students. Considering the age of the respondents, their the uncertainty with respect to how effectively this online education has kind of reached them. Three questions, basic questions on financial literacy was tested. These three questions were the ones developed by Anna Maria Lusardi in the year 2011. It focuses on three financial concepts. The first question is focusing on interest compounding, to check whether the respondents know the basics of interest and how it compounds. So the first question asked if they were given 5,000 rupees in saving account, and let's say the interest rate, ESB rate is 3%, and let's say that they are not withdrawing the money for the next 5 years, including the interest, it is allowed to grow on its own. In that case, after a period of 5 years, they were asked a question: will they continue to have same 5,000 rupees, or will the money be more than 5,000, or will it be less than 5,000? Fourth choice was given, saying, I don't know. Similarly, the second question focused on eliciting their understanding on inflation as a concept, wherein they were asked, considering the same interest rate of 3% in ESB, the purchasing part, the inflation rate is 6%. Down the line in an year, how much will they be able to buy with the same money in this account? Will it be more than what they have, or will it be the same as they have, or will it be less than? And again, the fourth option was given as, I don't know. The third question focused on determining their understanding on risk diversification. They were asked a question: buying a single company's stock versus investing in a stock mutual fund, which one is safer? So the question was framed like, buying a single company's stock is usually safer than a stock mutual fund. The options given were true, false, I don't know. Like these three questions were asked. The scoring pattern was on the lines of the ones developed by OECD, where the correct answers were given 1 point, the wrong answers and I don't know were given no points, 0 points. The results reveals that 57% of the respondents had a good understanding of risk diversifications, wherein they said investing in stock mutual fund is much safer than investing in a single company's stock. followed by 52% of the respondents having a good grasp of interest compounding, saying that, meaning that if the money is allowed to be grown in the bank account, it will be more than 5,000 rupees. And only 48% of the respondents had an understanding of the purchasing part, the concept of inflation. Only 48% had an understanding of that. Moving on, this particular section itself, moving on, they were asked a few choices. They were given few choices as to determine which one was the preferred source of acquiring financial knowledge. Certain choices were given. Things like, would they like to learn finances, handling personal financial management from colleges or the universities, or would they like to learn from parents, or self-learning once they get employment, online informative financial websites, or learning portals like Udemy. The results reveals that learning from colleges or university were given the first rank by the respondents. The majority of the respondents preferred to learn from their own colleges along with the regular curriculum, followed by parents, family, that was given the second rank, followed by the third rank going to self-learning once they get a job, once they start to handle finances independently. The fourth rank was given to informative websites, and the last rank was given to the learning portals like Udemy, Coursera, and the likes. Kendall's concordance, which is a non-parametric test, was used to determine if the respondents had an agreement in ranking. The results reveals that at 1% significance level, the null hypothesis was framed as there was no significant relationship in the responses answering to that. At 1%, the null hypothesis was rejected, implying that there was a significant understanding, agreement in ranking by the respondents. Moving on, the second aspect of this particular study focuses on financial attitude. For this, under various segments, the financial attitude was captured. Initially, digital access and internet exposure. We first wanted to know how, their digital access and internet exposure. It can be seen that 90% of the respondents did have a personal smartphone with a good internet connection, and 95% of the respondents were using smartphones for browsing social media, meaning they were open for knowledge acquisition. Then when we were trying to figure out how many number of hours will the respondents spend on the internet other than the core academic purposes, it was revealed that 68%, 0.1% to be precise, were spending between 1 to 5 hours on internet for non-academic purposes. And the most interesting revelation is 6.4%, 18 respondents, 6.4% never kept a tab on time. Moving on with the next thing, financial attitude statements. To capture the financial attitude statements, attitude statement 1, 2, and 3 were adopted. These were the ones developed by OECD, where attitude statement 4, 5, 6, and 7 were self-constructed by the researcher. The statements were constructed on a Likert 5-point scale, ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. So respondents were asked to rate on that. It can be seen, the mean and the standard deviation of these statements can be seen. It can be observed that a maximum mean score of 3.52 can be observed for the statement, I feel online transactions are fun and self-explanatory, which implies that the Gen Z are more welcoming of the digital finances. The first three attitude statements are on general money management, while attitude statement 4, 5, 6, and 7 predominantly focuses on digital mode of financial transactions. So they are more welcoming of the digital transactions. The attitude statements 5 and 6 can be seen with a very less mean score, 1.52 and 1.39, because the coining of the statements were slightly on the negative tone. I get a curiosity to apply for payday loans that spams my inbox, for which the respondents are disagreeing to it. That's why it has got a very less mean score. Similarly, I get a curiosity to apply for instant credit card messages, which again has got, tilting towards disagreement, which implies that the respondents are well aware of the digital scams, and they are very careful in handling, and they are also very welcoming of the digital mode of financial transactions. This part of the study, moving on, this part of the study tries to focus on capturing the intra-attitude correlation. As we can see, the intra-attitude correlation, attitude statements 2, attitude statement 5, attitude statement 6, attitude statement 2, 5, and 6 are negatively correlated. It implies that they, as you can see, the attitude statement C, they are very careful with respect to handling. Attitude statement C is, 2 states that they find it very satisfying to spend than save. It is on the negative lines. So they are negatively correlated, implying that they are very careful in handling the finances and they are not very impulsive towards these instant messages that spams their inbox. In fact, it reveals that they are aware of the dreadful consequences of these spam messages. The next part of the study focuses on capturing their financial behavior, the prudential behavior of the respondents. Financial behavior is a very important, yet again, an important aspect of financial literacy, overall financial literacy. 7 statements were developed, and the respondents were asked to rank it on a 5 points Likert scale. All the 7 statements are self-constructed by the respondent, by the researcher. It basically focuses on major aspects like a savings habit, their budgeting habit, their control over the finances, and the likes. So these 7 statements were asked to be ranked by the respondents, and it can be seen that 4.96, the mean scores of these ranks can be seen. Maximum mean score of 4.96 is seen for a statement: I have not borrowed from my friends for fun or non-emergency purpose, which implies that the respondents are very well aware of the the negative consequences of borrowing, the negative impact of borrowing. Whenever I get pocket money, I make sure to save a portion of it. This particular statement tries to elicit their response on savings as a habit, for which the mean score was 4.39. Goes on with budgeting, whether they budget and then they do the shopping, for which the mean score came at 4.09. Then they were asked whether they track their expenses and do they have a control over it, for which the mean statement goes for 3.79, which means that they are more towards neutral to agree. I have set my goals with respect to financial literacy, financial management. It doesn't, if we don't talk about personal financial goals, it doesn't make sense. So when they were asked whether they, if they have any goals and they try to manage their money to accomplish that, yes, it was towards 3.68, meaning that they were towards a neutral to agreement. They avoid impulsive purchases and they read newspaper. The least mean score can be seen for the last statement: I read financial newspapers regularly. The maximum standard deviation can be observed as 1.099. Here we can see the maximum standard deviation of 1.099. A maximum standard deviation implies that there is a lot of variation in the responses, and the least standard deviation of 0.799 implies that there is very minimal variation, means majority of the respondents have similarly responded. So that is the meaning of that least standard deviation. Moving on with this financial behavior, once again, the intra-behavioral correlation was focused on. It can be observed that all the 7 prudential behaviors are positively correlated. More specifically, behavior statement 1 and behavior statement 2 were highly correlated, with a high correlation, which implies that there is a direct relationship between saving a part of the pocket money and will result in them not borrowing from their friends. So there is a strong association between these 2 statements. Overall, all the 7 statements were positively correlated. The second objective of the study was to find out the correlation between, or rather the association between, all the 3 concepts: financial knowledge, financial attitude, and financial behavior. It can be observed that all the 3 concepts of financial literacy are positively correlated. Overall conclusion: it can be observed that there is an impending requirement to blend this financial literacy along with the regular formal curriculum, at least from the undergraduation level, as it can be, financial literacy is not something that can be learnt overnight, or it's not a fancy jargon anymore. It's a very important part of everyone's life. With respect to financial knowledge, it was observed that, like sowing the seeds at a very young age, at least from the undergraduation age, along with the proper a formal curriculum, will give them a sense of pride and responsibility, and also it will sow the seeds for a positive financial attitude, which will pave way for a prudential financial behavior. With respect to positive financial attitude, we observe that there is a very balanced attitude with respect to general money management, and the respondents were very enthusiastic yet very careful with respect to digital financial transactions. When it came to financial behavior, all the financial behavior, the prudential behaviors were positively correlated. Only thing is they need to be motivated more to focus on reading financial newspapers. Financial newspapers will serve to it will serve as a tool for them to improve their financial knowledge. the positive attitude, it's got a propensity to nurture prudential behavior, which in turn will kind of improve their financial knowledge. All the three will ensure that they have a financial well-being at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vijayalakshmi. It was a very interesting presentation. Thank you so much. Next, we have another presentation by Ms. Ifat Hilaria on the survey on different mechanisms employed for face recognition. So I request Ms. Ifat to join.
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, let me just present my screen.
Sure.
Okay, is my screen visible now?
Yes, now it is visible. You can start now.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. So my topic is on a survey paper on different mechanisms employed in face recognition. So I am Ifat Humera and my guide's name is Ms. Madhura Prabha and we are from Stella Maris College. So starting with the thing, why did image face recognition capture my attention is because simple things like a mobile phones or the biometric system, it is able to classify if a person is eligible to access this particular mobile phone or not. Like if your face is not recognized, your mobile phone doesn't let you get inside. So that was something that caught my attention. I wanted to do more research on that. I wanted to know more about it. So that was my area of interest. So when I moved forward, I also got to know the different kinds of uses it has in the security world, especially where there is a lot of cyber crime going on, and then cyberbullying and all of that. So that was my area of interest. And I have just put forth few of the very common or the more prominent algorithms that have been introduced so far. So one among them being the Voila-Jones algorithm. So this is a very famous detector that has been introduced earlier somewhere by Voila and Jones. They were two people who came up with this idea. So it was so famous and it's so robust that it has actually been coded as a detector in the OpenCV library that stands for computer vision in the Python programming language, especially for image processing. So basically, how it works is the image that gets recorded through the surveillance camera or to any picture, it gets translated into the grayscale first, so that the machine is able to process it at a much faster rate. So after converting the picture into a grayscale image, then they try to detect where the person's face is, and then they move forward with whatever detection algorithm that they have. Second being in the line is YOLO phase. So YOLO, as the name suggests, it stands for you only look once. So that was the whole idea of introducing this algorithm, that in the first glance, it should be able to detect the person or recognize them. So that is why it was named you only look once. And then moving forward, there were a lot of versions that has come up over here. So the latest one of them being V3. But there were two major drawbacks in this YOLO V3 version, and that was that if a person was there for a very limited amount of time, and if they do not go about about some minimum frames, that face does not get detected. There was one major for drawback, and the other one was if a person is there in the background, and if that picture is like really small, even the face is really small, it does not get detected. So those two were the very major drawbacks we had in case of YOLO V3. So the authors came up with a different version of YOLO that's called YOLO phase. And what this YOLO phase did was it overcame these two problems. That is, it was able to detect a person who was there for a very minimum number of frames, and also if there is a person in the background than the original picture, it is successfully able to recognize that as well. So those two were the improvisations that YOLO phase has introduced, and also to reduce the complexity that they were having, they use this mean squared error, and they kind of made very few changes to the existing YOLO v3. One among them being the mean squared error rate that they have changed in the YOLO v3. So that was about YOLO phase. It also has been programmed in Python. And then coming to the boosted cascade of simple features. So in this, basically what happened was the picture that we get, apart from the person's face, there is a lot more background that comes into picture. So this algorithm first kind of trims the extra information that we are not looking for. It will basically try and concentrate more on trying to find out where the face might lie. So it will discard this extra background content and everything, and will take up the object of focus, that's the human face. And then this face that they have got is being converted into local binary pattern histogram. So that's a kind of a visualization that happens. And then this happens based on the neighboring pixels. So if there's a pixel in the center, then around that, whatever the values are of the pixels in the neighbor, the value gets affected, the current value gets affected by that. And this local binary pattern histograms generated currently gets compared with what is there in the database. So if they match, then this is the person that they are looking for. So that this is how it helped in face detection, face recognition. And then coming to deep dense face detector. So here there is an existing AlexNet model which is pre-trained, and it was fine-tuned more to give more optimal results. The hyperparameters were null, managed in such a way that it gave the desired result. And then basically it consists of like 8 layers. So the first 5 layers were convolutional neural network layers. So these convolution neural networks are basically which deal with pixelated data for image recognition. And also it was able to detect the face from different angles, thereby achieving the kind of response the users, the authors were looking for. So that's about the deep dense face detector. And also this being a neural network, it was considered like very much less complex when compared to the ones that were proposed earlier. So that was one. And then coming to PCA and ANN fusion. So PCA here stands for principal component analysis. So basically talking about principal component analysis, it is a part where a lot of data is squeezed into minimum space. Like let's say suppose if I have 100 features or 100 columns that have information about my picture, it PCA will make sure that maximum of the content will fall into the initial few columns. Let's say maybe the first 25 columns or the first 26 columns. So I am thereby reducing my data set by putting maximum information in the initial few columns. That was PCA. And then ANN is the artificial neural network. So it's artificial neural network is an umbrella term, as all of us know. In that, the specific type of ANN that was introduced was feed-forward neural network. So what happens is the information will move in the forward direction and the error will go in the backward direction. So and as the information moves forward, it will try and recognize the most prominent features of the person and then use that for face recognition. And also the error rate will be reduced until the machine or the ANN has learned as much as from the training data, also making sure that it is not overfitting the model. So that was about PCA and ANN, and both of these did give a very good result as well. And then coming to the hybrid model using deep machine learning and the deep learning and machine learning. So in this, what happened was there was an existing RSNet 50 is a convolution neural network which has 50 layers in total. So in this, the first 49 layers are maintained as such, and the last layer that we had, the 50th layer, that was replaced by a few of the classification models, like the very famous ones, the support vector machine, the decision trees. So why was this last layer of classification was introduced is because if a person, once they are recognized, once the person's face is detected, if that person is wearing a mask or not, it was in the time of the COVID-19 has started. So to detect what is the in among the population, how much is a person, how many people are wearing masks, if they're wearing face mask, are they wearing it in the proper way? That was what the area of concentration was. So this is where the deep learning and the machine learning, the supervised machine learning to be more precise, came into picture together. And coming to the conclusion, like what I have understood from all the survey papers that I went through is generally wherever there is a combination of more than two technologies, more than one technology, like for suppose PCA and ANN fusion or deep and machine learning together, they kind of prove to give a better result than the standalone methods. Deep dense detector was of course a different one. It being simple in itself did prove to give good results as well. So it's not like only more than one will give us good results, but preferably mostly we can say yes. So the main problem that people are facing right now is to come up with something which is giving us high accuracy, as well as the complexity is very much reduced, because in real time system we cannot have a lot of complexity. That has been challenge for researchers in right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ifat, for that wonderful presentation. Now, we'll go for the question answer session. Participants, if you have any query, please write it in the chat box so that we can proceed it to the speakers or the presenters. Participants, is there any query? If not, then we can move on to our valedictory function. Okay. I think we can move on with the valedictory function. Okay. Yes. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. A very warm welcome and good evening, galaxy of intellectuals, invited guests, professors, research scholars, and students. It is a matter of immense pride to be here before all of you this evening for the valedictory function. We have with us Dr. A. Azad, Dr. Craig M. Rufigo, Dr. A. P. Desmukh, Dr. R. Shanti, Dr. Shashikala, and Dr. Ayub Khan. Let me first call upon Craig Rufigo, sir. I now take the opportunity to introduce and invite Dr. Craig M. Rufigo. Sir is PhD in Education, major in Research and Evaluation from University of San Carlos, Cebu City. He is currently an Associate Professor, the Assistant Dean of the College of Education, and Director of International Linkage of Negros Oriental State University. He has 23 professional affiliations, including American Mathematical Society and the American Statistical Association, as well as the College of Board of the United States of America. Sir has published 25 research articles in local, national, and international referred journals, 8 of which are Scopus Index journals. He presented around 40 research papers in local, national, and international conferences and conventions. Sir was awarded the Clay's Nobel Educator Distinction Award by the U.S. National Society of High School Scholar, Atlanta. Sir also serves as an associate editor in reputed journal and has 56 citations in Google Scholar, 15 citations in Scopus Index journals, and 52 citations at ResearchGate. We are really honored to have you with us, and I welcome you to this forum. Sir?
The organizers of this international conference, the different speakers, the different research presenters, and all participants. A pleasant afternoon to everyone. We come up with the last part of this conference with so many ideas instilled into our minds as derived from the different talks of day 1 and day 2 of this conference. All of these thoughts, all of these ideas inspired us as we leave this conference and will lead us to look forward for the 23rd, or the third International Conference on Research Outlook, Innovations, and Research Trends. So we are all inspired by the following: the inauguration talk, the talk of the chairperson, the talk of the chief guest for day one and day two, the welcome note for day one and day two, the expert talks delivered for day one and day two, the vote of thanks for day one and day two, as well as the different research paper presentations. I would like also to thank Dr. Priyanka Gupta for organizing this conference, or shall I say, the lady behind this conference, the woman behind this conference, the expert behind this conference. Thank you so much, Madam Priyanka. As we leave this conference, I hope that what is being gained yesterday and today will be applied to our respective workplaces, to our respective professions, and will always inspire other people, other researchers, other educators in our respective countries. Pleasant afternoon to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, let me invite Dr. A. Azad. Sir is Registrar of BSA Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. He has his doctoral thesis in the area of total quality management from Anna University. His work experience include being professor in Department of Manufacturing Engineering, director at Center of International Affairs, and deputy director of Center of Research, Anna University. Sir has also been the backbone of various administrative functions that include student and staff exchange, awareness programs on studies abroad, foreign language programs, special programs for researchers, and many more. He has played a key role as contribute coordinator, project manager, class advisor, class committee chairman, academic council member, and member of result processing boards. Sir has also written resourceful books and journals and is also a member of professional bodies like IIPR and ISME. I'm happy to welcome you, sir. Open to you.
Good evening from here, from India. Could you kindly confirm whether you are able to hear me properly?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
You are hearing me. Sir, please can you confirm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you're audible. Yes, sir, we can start. You're audible.
Yeah, I'll continue. Once again, good evening from India. I'm very happy about the conduct and the conclusion of this wonderful international conference on research outlook, innovations, and the research trends. The title of the international conference itself has summarized many things. It is addressing to the need of today. For example, research outlook, the number of research papers that are published in international journals and conferences are ever increasing despite of the pandemic conditions. Innovations. Today, the world is looking to the scientists for the solutions of many things, including how to contain the pandemic. There are many new areas that are coming up. That is mostly internet-based, computer-based technologies, from electric vehicles to space exploration. We are seeing that many great things are happening, especially out of the results of different research. Then I'm also happy that you have covered the research trends. This is very important. There are many researchers all over the world. For example, if you take our University, B.S. Abdurrahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. The number of people completing PhD is ever increasing. The number of departments are increasing. And the variety of research is really encouraging. I have seen that you have covered a lot of topics from a variety of countries. It is indeed a great experience, conducting and concluding such a large international conference. Thanks to the technology, once again, thanks to the innovations, I am able to speak to you, and despite of the difficulties, all of us are able to attend the sessions and participate in the deliberations. I congratulate the organizers for successfully conducting such a huge event. I am definitely sure that you will carry along with you the essence of the deliberations that you had. I also encourage you to continue with your research, innovation, encourage the researchers, and I wish all of you success, a lot of success in the future. Thank you very much for calling, and once again, congratulations for completing such a huge international conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Anil P. Deshmukh. Sir was a professor and dean at D.Y. Patil, Pune from 2010 to 19. His educational qualification includes BE in Mechanical Engineering, MTech from IIT Kharagpur, MSc in Environmental Sciences, and Diploma in Literature. Sir has presented 13 papers and has patent of 1 paper to his credit. He has 29 years of industry experience and was associated with BHEL, Tata's, M&M, and the areas of manufacturing, research and development, innovation, holding positions of vice president and business head. He also has 14 years of academic experience. Sir is professor and head of ICROIRT Pune of MSAE, USA from 2005 to 10. Currently, he is associated with Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar, a renowned computer wizard in world today, and also acts as a consultant, educator, and an industry trainer. I'm happy to welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible. Yes, sir, you're audible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you're very clear.
Okay, good evening to one and all in this particular today's session of comprising of 4 events, I will say major events, and calling for different topics which we have covered. I am happy to see that we are ensuring the motivation given to our coming up generations in the field of research, innovation, and I am proud to say that this kind of step which the organizers and especially Priyanka are taking ahead, which I spoke to her some time back, with different universities, with different colleges, and a step to enhance the need of our. We are into a pandemic situation where instead of bothering, we should be coming out with the different novel ideas, different novel projects. I remember when I have been talking to Lawrence Tech University, US, and running a show of MS in automotive engineering, I have been developing boys to keep in mind how across countries such kind of innovation practices made by these students can be helpful in the form of enhancing the need of research and educating those universities or those industries, particularly in training and in manufacturing area. I have been a patenter. I have been publishing papers on major as metal working oils. Oils was a very, very tricky area, but to an engineer long ago when we got into education, but the experience which I got in Tatas and Mahindras has taken me forward to go ahead and not only discuss but make implementation happen. I still remember our universities are coming forward to produce, rather encourage students who will be going for doctorates. But how far are we going to the fields? How far are we going to ensure that the ASC basic concepts are brought to bring up students to a level where they can contribute to society? A society is comprising of all kinds of walks of life, and we need to see that not only from medicine area but from pharma and different other areas we can implement such concepts where we can think of from these PhDs where there will be a benefit to masses, benefit to humankind, and benefit to encourage a new way of life altogether. I appreciate the kind of 4 sessions which has happened in the last 2 days, calling for, especially Enkela Lewis, which I was seriously thinking that in her country, she's coming out with novel idea of encouraging education to students, to industry, and back to R&D. Is really a good approach. And we should also inculcate in the same approach innovations, which will try to help us in large. Now I know across the globe, various countries, right now my word is being talked about or will be known. In future, when such sessions will occur, now and then, I would love to deliver talk even in terms of what can happen in next 10 years, next 20 years, and next 30 years. Our this generation, which is now coming out of or taking birth from pandemic, they need to get trained in that direction, need to get patent approach in that direction right from zero level. Why not to think of putting students to patents or ideas of patent schools itself? Why to wait for 10th standard or graduation or otherwise? Time is going out of hand, and all of us will have to see that we bring up a total culture which will help society by large. It is not an individual to benefit, it is the nation to benefit, it is society to benefit, it is student to benefit, and masses to benefit. We are a very large country, I know 130 crores worth, but across globe we see 750 crores. We should benefit each one in such a way that the whole thing moves. Not that we just think of going for modernization, we should think of adapting it. We should think of changing from a fuel standard of petrol and diesel to even going for maybe up some time towards use of gas, even electric vehicles, and so on and so forth. With this submission, I request all of you, those who are listening to me, heart to heart, across the globe, in different universities and colleges, they can always sign on to me, approach to me through Miss Pringa, who is the general editor and also a contributor to bring wholeheartedly work for the last 1 year along with the team. I am certainly sure that coming 2 years or 4 years or 5 years or 6 years are very tough, and we need to work now, which will help us to come out with the flying colors. Thank you very much for giving a patient hearing to me. I am coming from Pune right now and talking to you from Pune right now. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, we have with us Dr. D. Ayub Khan Daud, Professor and Dean, School of Social Sciences and Humanities, B.S. Abdul Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. He has an illustrious academic career spanning over 36 years in teaching, research, and administration. He has guided 21 PhD scholars, 95 MPhil scholars in the Faculty of Commerce Management, and published more than 175 papers in various referred journals, both at national and international level. He has to his credit the authorship of several books in the areas of management, accounting, entrepreneurship, and general management. Editorial member in several journals, to mention a few: International Journal of Advanced Study and Research Work, ICBE Journal of Business Studies, International Journal of Business Intelligence and Innovations, member in several professional bodies like Regional Vice President of Indian Council of Business Education, AIMS International. He is recipient of MTC Global Award for Excellence 2019. Best Citizen Award for Research Excellence by the Indus Foundations. Sir is a visiting professor for University Negri, Indonesia, an examiner for PhD theses in several foreign universities. His academic interests are accounting, finance, and entrepreneurship. It's my great pleasure to invite you, sir, to this forum. Over to you, sir.
Thank you for good evening to one and all. Thank you, Ms. Nair, for these wonderful words. I'm really surprised because I'm one of the conference committee person organizing this 2 days event. I must really thank all, to all my team members. We have a very, mammoth of more than 50 members in our team. And over and above, I would like to appreciate and recognize the efforts of Ms. Priyanka Gupta. And she is, as some of the speaker pointed out, is a woman behind the success of this entire show. Of course, my team members have also contributed their might in, that contributing through the papers and identifying the speakers, and that in all ways we have contributed, yet to coordinate and to bring it in a single platform in this online. And I think that this conference has been witnessed by more than 600 participants, because this conference proceedings is going live on the YouTube and other social media channels. So in this occasion, I would like to appreciate my good friend Dr. Shanti from the University of Madras. She is also a pioneer in contributing to the success of this conference. And we can identify one or two persons for the success, because as I told now, we have a big team, and every member for the last 6 months we have been working, and what are the themes to be included, what type of papers we have to accept. And in fact, some of the best papers we are planning to publish in the Scopus journals also, apart from our own journal. And I must take this opportunity to thank all the resource persons who have accepted our invitations and to be a part of this conference and share their knowledge. And in fact, all the eminent speakers are from the various universities, both from India as well as from abroad. And sharing their knowledge to the participants is really an eye-opener. And I think that the messages which the speakers have shared will be taken by the researchers, and it will be helpful for them to continue the research. And those who are already, that obtained the doctorate degree, it will throw a light to, work on a different area, to have some innovative topic to work on that. So such a lot of ideas and information has been shared by the resource persons in the 2 days event. So in this occasion, I would also like to thank my management, especially to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. A. Pir Mohammed Sir, and our most respected Dr. A. Azad, the Registrar, and Dr. N. Raja Hussain, the Additional Registrar, who has given us the permission to be one of the organizers for this international conference. And they have also, that extend their support in all ways, because all the, the management people of our university, whatever may be the conferences, our university stood first and give a lot of encouragement to the Department of Commerce as well as to the School of Social Sciences in organizing these conferences. So I take this opportunity once again to thank everybody from my bottom of heart who have contributed every inch in the success of this conference. And last but not the least, I think that last year we could able to make it, we started this international conference only the last year, and this is the second year, and by the grace of Almighty, we could able to do it in a better way. And I think that in the years to come, we will still do it in a better, and I hope that we will conduct this conference offline, where we have more interaction and more, that the interpersonal relations can be improved. So I once again thank the organizers for giving a wonderful opportunity to share my views and, that to be a part of this conference. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, It is my great pleasure to invite Dr. Sasikala, MCA, MPhil, PhD, Associate Professor of Computer Science, IDE Head, Center of Web-Based Learning, University of Madras, Chekpok, to address the session.
Very good evening to all. I'm very happy to be here. So I'm Dr. Sashikala from Institute of Distance Education, University of Madras, and Department of Computer Science. See, yesterday itself I have given a small talk with it. So nowadays the data science and machine learnings, deep learning informations are emerging through that. So from the first day and till the end of this session, fourth session, I have heard all AI and artificial intelligence and that is online technology, IT technologies, how it will be helpful to this conduct this conference. I'm very much grateful to Priyanka Gupta ma'am because she took a lot of effort for this. We are also supporting to her for publishing the papers through this conference. Very happy to say this, and also I very much this conference has scheduled and organized in systematic way. I have thankful to Shanti ma'am for introducing this Priyanka ma'am, and also this speakers of this conference for each session is chosen by Priyanka ma'am as a very, very wonderful, very informative information given to that. Because of this conference only they can share their knowledge of emerging researchers. See, those who are presented here all the PhD scholars. So they can improve their research area through this conference by sharing their knowledge, and not only the sharing their knowledge, they may create a forum with the experts. So that is the very, very important for conducting this conference. Hopefully this objective is achieved by this organizer. So we also part of this conference is very glad and very thankful to the organizer and myself to also. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now we have with us Dr. Sandhya, HOD, Department of Commerce, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan Arts and Science College with us. I invite her to speak a few words.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible.
Yeah, fine. Hi, ma'am. I'm very happy to share my view on this part over here. It was a greater opportunity which has been created by Shanti ma'am, along with an introduction of Priyanka. Actually, in this journey of 6 months, we had a good communication related to this conference. It was a nice travel and good exposure I felt over here. Along with my institution name, even my principals, sir, have been guided me and motivated in many forms by giving an alternative arrangements while by organizing this conference. So it was a great pleasure to have you and meet many eminent speakers over here, and it was a wonderful opportunity given for me. I'm thankful to Shanti ma'am as well as to Priyanka to create such a forum to share my opinion over here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I'm profoundly pleased and welcome Dr. R. Shanti to this valedictory function. Ma'am has more than 25 years of teaching experience and has her expertise in areas of marketing and banking. 14 PhD candidates and 18 MPhil candidates have been awarded degree under her guidance. She has received innumerable awards and honors for her excellence in publications. She is a member of editorial board, Inspection Commission, Academic Council, Alumni Association, Staff Selection Commission, External Examiner, and Doctoral Committee. Ma'am has been a key resource person for various national and international conferences. Dr. Shanti has undertaken various consultancy projects too. She presented over 110 papers in national and international conferences, published more than 12 books, more than 25 chapters in many books, and published several research papers in edited volumes. Organizing seminars, conferences, and workshops has always added prestige to her post. Moreover, I rejoice welcoming my own guide and mentor to this forum. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is a second international conference organized by the team, and I should say we worked hand in hand for the past 6 months, right from the topic and then from everything, every minute discussion, minute thing we planned only along with the team members. So the credit goes to the team. But special thanks to Priyanka, because she created an opportunity. She created a platform for us, and she coordinated everyone, bringing everyone in. And during the pandemic, we are living in various different places, and it's a Herculean task, I should say. And more than Priyanka, I usually say her daughter, because whenever I call Miss Priyanka, her daughter will always recognize me as ma'am is talking. Suppose I don't talk to her for a few days, she will ask why ma'am is not talking. So it is such an observation from the cute little girl. And we have, along with Crescent, this is the second conference, and then we have done so many webinars. I thank especially Ayub Khan sir, who is very, very, very friendly, and then he is very meticulous in organizing things. I learned many things from him. I thank Raja Hussain sir, Registrar, as well as Vice Chancellor, Crescent Institute. My special thanks to Sandhya, very creative, with bubbling with energy. Thank you, Dr. Sasikala, who is very dynamic, and then she worked in bringing papers, many research scholars, guests to this forum. And I thank the other team members also, Sanjaya, and then who are always there, giving various inputs, and Mr. Craig from Philippines. See, it is a teamwork, and if you ask me from my part of view, I will say it gave me a 360-degree, because we learned from it's a multidisciplinary. We learned many things from other disciplines, so that we can just adopt in our commerce field. Many technologies, anything that gave an output for us, that gave us some information. It was so informative that we can just borrow few concepts, few technologies, few statistics, tools, and other things into our research. So that is one way to grade. And last but not the least, I appreciate my scholars, Dr. Nagalata, who did the comparing yesterday whole day, meticulously. And today, Dr. Sabina. Yes, Nagalata, thank you for joining. It's a wonderful, you made it. Because I gave it to Nagalata, I told Ms. Priyanka, don't worry, she will manage it. And my special thanks to Sabina, Dr. Sabina. I know it's 6
Thank you
degrees.
so much, ma'am.
I asked her why your voice is shivering and why you're wearing coat. You are not looking very,
Yes, ma'am.
energy. Always she is with the bubbling energy. I was just asking what is happening, why your voice is, it's not in usual way. She told me it's 6 degrees, and then she is having some hot water and other things to manage.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. They will never say no to me. And both of them were there. My work is so very, very simple.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And Dr. Sabina, it's always
Your
a pleasure.
gratitude was a really wonderful opportunity to connect the people worldwide. I owe my thanks to you, ma'am. Like, it's a great opportunity for me to learn from everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Same here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you, Ms. Priyanka. Hope we will do many more. And like Ayub Khan sir told me, let's do something. Hope this pandemic will come to an end. Let us do an offline in a very mega way.
Conference.
Yeah,
Yes,
so that we
ma'am.
meet, learn, exchange, etc. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
So
Thank you,
much.
Priyanka.
Priyanka, I want to see you at
Thank you to all team members. I just tell every member to stay
Yeah.
on the screen. I just arrange it.
Yeah, Sandhya. Ayub Khan sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shanti
ma'am.
ma'am. So next time offline we will have in Crescent.
Yes, yes, sir.
So, I want to
So
thank you all the team members, Dr. Sandhya, Dr. Shanti ma'am, Dr. Ayub Khan sir, Dr. Nagalata, Dr. Sabina, Dr. Shashigala ma'am, everyone, Dr. Crag. We are really missing Dr. Prashant Chaudhary here. He was there
Yes.
with us in the last conference.
Yes.
He came to me
And
with
he
the
is the one
idea
who gave an idea for this
that,
conference.
yes, he
Yeah.
came to
Priyanka,
me with the,
you made a master blaster, and I wish all
no, it's just a
success should
teamwork, so we can't tell anyone to for that.
Yes.
So I really wants to thank you all, my team members who is on the front stage or on the backstage, who are always supporting me to giving such an idea and make it in a successful format. So I will
Yeah,
thank
one
you
more
all.
person. Sorry to interrupt.
Dr. Zila,
Chaitanya,
I
right?
think Zila is
Please
not there.
finish.
So Dr. Zila is there. Dr. Alina is there. Dr. Craig, due to network connectivity, he's always on the backstage. But once he's go on the stage, his network connectivity gone. So he's like, I will send you the video. So we will make an arrangement in that way. So this technology also help us a lot to make it
true.
in a better way and to make the people on the screen. So I will really thank you all the advisory board members, everyone who is in the team or outside the team, everyone.
Thank you, Priyanka, ma'am.
Yeah, Dr.
Thank you,
Nagalata
ma'am.
and Dr. Sabina, you make a blasters for us.
Really, we can do more, and we are happy to connect to next time also.
Yes, really.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Teamwork, teamwork.
yes, definitely. So I will try, Doctor. Just give me a minute. I just
Thank you, Ayub sir, Ayub Khan sir.
Dr. Shashikala is
thank
also
you
there
very much.
on the screen. Thank you, Dr. Shashikala, ma'am, for
Thank
all
you.
your support and
No.
extend to the most to the PG scholars. He will try to connect with them. So he
Yeah,
will
yeah, yeah.
provide an opportunity to them to present their papers.
Exactly,
This
exactly.
is
They're
only
so
will be helpful.
enthusiastic. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So enthusiastic, and you arranged in very well arranged manner, scheduled manner. So they and all liking them, liking by them. That's why they have presented very clearly and very honestly. I am very much thankful, sir Ayub Khan, sir. I'm Dr.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I know, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, I know you, ma'am. Thank you
Now
very
only
much.
we are meeting due to Priyanka ma'am. We are the opportunity to meet you, Sandhya ma'am,
Hi, sir.
because, because of Shanti ma'am only.
Yeah. Because
Yes,
actually
One who is the
Shanti
point of
ma'am
contact
only,
for everyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
Shanti ma'am only introduced me to Priyanka last year.
yes,
So our
exactly.
journey, you know that the friendship and journey, everything from the day one last year, it continued.
Yes, sir. As you said, here of next year onwards, we will conduct in a mega international
Yeah,
conference.
our
Yeah,
university is always open. Shanti ma'am knows. So
yeah,
most
yeah, yeah,
welcome.
yeah.
Yes,
And
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
all your university professors are, you know, that we still have the bondage. So Rangarajan sir and Panjalan sir and even Venugopal sir. They all are our, the recruitment panel. They will be there, and so Shanti ma'am is part of Crescent. So I don't want to say she is from most,
I love
but
to
she is a
walk
part
with
of
them.
Crescent. A part of Crescent.
Yeah, even though she is a pillar of a Commerce Department, University of Madras.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Dr. Sasigala.
Yes.
Okay.
Also want to thank the team backside of yours also.
Yeah.
Ayush
Okay,
Khan sir team,
exactly.
Shanti ma'am team, Shashikala ma'am team. Every research scholars are working very hard for the conference to make it successful and to reach the people. And Sandhya ma'am, everyone who is like working hard for that from last 6 months. We are doing this. We have made start from the scratch and make it in this format. It's really means I don't have words. Already Shanti ma'am gives a lot of words to for the thank, but I really want to thank from my bottom of my heart to everyone. Dr. Zila, Dr. Doris,
Okay.
Dr. Kusendya, Dr. Alina. May she is due to some emergency, she is not able to join us, but she's always on the back of us. Over to you, Dr. Savina.
Yes. So we'll formally end it.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Yes,
so on behalf of the organizers and team, I would like to thank each and every member of the Students International Conference for making this a grand success. The efforts to make it happen, to make it enjoyable and academically very profitable is really commendable. I also thank on personal grounds to the organizers, Ms. Priyanka Gupta and my mom, Dr. Raj Shanti, for giving me this opportunity. Looking forward for more similar interesting conferences. I wish you all a safe and healthy year ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all,
you.
ma'am. Thank you.